Yeah, just doubting afterwards. I reread it and I'm like, oh God, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that will be said and ego doesn't want to hear it. Ego wants to rebel. It's easier to say it's bullshit, you know, and then you don't have to hear it. Okay? There will be a lot of times on the path you'll get to a point everything's going great, and then you get something that pushes a button. And then that self-preservation kicks in. So when that self-preservation and the story and all of that kicks in, feel the emotion of it rather than the bullshit story. Okay? Rather than jumping to a, you know, again, knee-jerk reaction. What's this knee-jerk reaction about? Sit with the feeling of it. Because obviously something is getting touched. A nerve is being hit that you don't want to look at. It's not pleasant. It's not fun. So what's having the reaction? Okay. So yeah, there's some reaction, and everybody on the path, it'll be going gangbusters, and then you hit a nerve somewhere. I don't think that has ever happened, or, you know, we're one person that hasn't happened to. We all come up on something like that.
I breezed through.
Yeah. That never happened to you, Sarge, when you did
breeze,
it.
darling.
That's happened to everybody.
There's a fear that I'll say something and I'll get kicked out or something. Then I'll say, you know, which I don't want.
Yeah. Well, then, like I said, you know, feel the emotion of coming up, but that doesn't give you the license to do reactionary projection towards those that are trying to help you. So it comes back again to that practice. Sit with the emotion of what's coming up and sit with it fully, be willing to feel it fully, and you'll see something that's underneath of it, that's driving it. That's part of it. It's not just sitting with pleasant emotion. That's easy. And wanting to sustain pleasant emotion, but that's not what it's about. Because what's driving, keeping persona, driving persona, keeping that meism in place, is the fear structure and all of that. Fear and feeling of lack, fear of loss, all of those fears that come up. Fear of being judged, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what the fear is, but there's usually something underneath, not feeling good enough or something, you know. All of those things come up. All of those are inherent things as children and growing up that we face through society. And we have to finally come to terms with those and feel those, and we find out that they're not real. We've taken those on, and usually there are a lot of times projections from other people that we've gravitated to and made our own. But why do you want to make that your own? It's not true. It's not true. None of the thoughts are true. None of them are true. Whatever you think, it's not true. There's something prior to that. Okay? Yes.
I wanted to say to Amber two things. One is that sometimes posting is like you think you're going to the dentist for a teeth clean and you come out with a root canal. Or a complete new set of teeth. But if
I have dreams about my teeth falling out.
Oh, that, Guru taught me how to be psychic. I knew that. But if in the unlikely event that would happen, like they say on the airplane, call Guruji up and say, Guruji, I'm so sorry, whatever, and please help me. And she's there. I had never called her that she didn't answer the phone. Well, there's a couple of times they left a message, but called back within like 15 minutes. I mean, guru on speed dial. So don't use it, don't abuse it. But if you get that scared, don't suffer. Call Guruji and say, she'll be there. Right?
Exactly.
I forgot to check.
No, that's totally wrong. Under pain of a slow, lingering death. No, yes.
That's what this is, actually. Not you, but I mean, I'm trying to prevent that. But.
Yeah, no, that's why it's open here. This is why, I'm available to the sadhakas. If there is some problem, then any can call. Absolutely. People can call, people can come, they can visit, can sit down with, exactly. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Just the times when people get in the most quote-unquote trouble is when they don't call, when they fire back an email, when they don't respond, all that kind of stuff. Resistance, like, I have to wait. Sit on descent.
That's it.
The resistance is the suffering, instead of being honest and saying, help me.
Yeah, people come and they get something they're resistant to, and then ego wants to dig in, and it wants to build a story until it justifies leaving because I don't want to face things, I don't want to feel that. Okay, and I've seen this happen many times. Many times. There's some resistance there, and everyone will face those resistances in your life, things that come up that we don't want to look at, we don't want to feel, we don't want to, go into, but we have to. We have to eventually face it. You can't keep running away from yourself in life. And whether it happens here, if you leave, it doesn't matter. It's going to happen elsewhere. Different situation, same dynamic. It will keep circling and it will keep finding you. And you will keep experiencing that same pain until you're willing to go into it fully and see it for what it is and what it's not. And find out what's deeper than that. Okay?
Yes, I've been sometimes going to a weekly Vipassana sitting. It's just you sit for one evening, and I've been talking to quite serious meditators there, and they want to ask me about the path, and I find it a bit hard to explain exactly what the path is about. I know it's about Kundalini, and I have a guru, but like a kind of a short explanation that I could sell, and I'm not much of a salesperson either. And it's particularly one person I'm thinking about now. He had been to like 7 months traveling, meditating, like on a retreat for 2 months, and he had come back now. And I could feel that he was a bit disappointed that he hadn't got more out of it. And then you would like to sell the path to them, or at least explain in a good way what it's all about.
The path is, all one can say is this is the path of life and the path of going towards realization. That's all. To discover who you are and who you are not.
Well,
okay.
That's good.
So simple. So simple. Yeah. It's very simple. Yes.
In regards to posting, I was thinking about what Amber was saying, and so when we post something or whatever, and then let's say we have an emotion and we sit with it and we see it and we expose it. And do you want us to post about that experience? to you that to just say like this came up